Okay, let's go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's webcast. Our topic for today is XCC and rapid application development with the Forms Experience Builder. Enrich your intranet with custom-made applications. Some things about the session. I will start with a few slides and explain the product Forms Experience Builder. Then we go hands-on and create an application, integrate it into XCC, and after that I'm open for some questions. The session will be recorded and will be made available on YouTube later. Could you please your audio? Okay, now it's better. So, a few things about me. My name is Peter Malcher. I'm a software engineer and consultant at Time to Act Group. I have around 5 years experience with IBM products. I started with Forms Experience Builder in its first version 4.5 years ago. It was version 8.0. I've done a few things in WebSphere Portal and WebSphere Content Management. Then I moved for a few months to WebSphere Commerce. And currently, I'm working with XCC and IBM Connections and, of course, Forms Experience Builder. I'm part of the XCC team since 2016. To our agenda for today. First, I will give you a quick introduction to FAB, just a quick overview over the capabilities. Then we will go hands-on. As said, I will show you the product itself, how to build an application, generate a form, implement a workflow, do some rules and validations. Later, we will integrate the application we made into XCC using the FAB widgets, which Time to Act has created. After that, I will show you a few of our use and demo cases and some best practices, and then it's Q&A. Okay, we start with the introduction to FAB. What is the Forms Experience Builder? It's an offering that lets non-technical or technical users to create sophisticated web applications for collecting information, like creating surveys to gather some data, tracking and updating information for like creating a sales opportunity and edit it later or update it, automate processes like approval workflows, which previously were made with paper. You can digitalize the Forms Experience Builder quite fast. And you also have the possibility to create reports and charts of your data and export the data to Excel or CSV or other systems. Here are a few features or core features of the Forms Experience Builder. You have a cloud-style development and deployment. So all users access one service or the form server and create the applications there. So you don't have to access every single application separately. You can create simple workflows, like I said, approval workflow with email notification, role-based access. You have everything you need. When you install Forms Experience Builder, a DB2 comes with it. You don't have to license it. And you get the export functions and the email functions all within. So we have to just install it, and you need no further add-ons. It has flexible integration. So as I will show, you can integrate it in your intranet or other websites via iframes. Adaptive behavior. That means you can configure your forms that way that it will be shown properly on mobile devices, and it's extensible, so you can If you have the skills, modify or extend forms with custom-made JavaScript or CSS. Okay. Now we go hands-on. So this is the start screen of the Forms Experience Builder. If you already have IBM connections, it's installed with it, so it comes with it, but you have to license it separately to use it. IBM Connections has a small app that's called Surveys. You can use that in communities, and that is made with Fab, but you only can use the Surveys app if you have no license. So if you have an IBM Connections and a license, you can access the server with /forms. Here you see an overview of all applications which we made on our server. You have the possibility to edit it, to deploy it. That means if you done editing and saved it, you can roll it out if it's already live and the end users will see the changes. You can view the responses. That's the data which you gathered. Of course, launch the application, duplicate it, delete it, and export. You can export it from one environment and import it to another environment if the environment has the same forms version, or the other environment has a higher forms version. You also can search the applications by name or by tag. But for now, we will create a new application. Okay. And this will be an absence request. We just type in the name, and we are in our new application. So in the middle, you see a grid. You can customize it like you want, make the columns smaller or bigger, or the whole form bigger or smaller. You can also, when you click on the edges, insert some columns. Like here now we would have a 3-column design, or we can also delete it. We can add some rows and also delete them. On the left side, we have items, like for example, a text. If we click on an item, it's going to be added to the grid, and we can move it around to which position we want. We also can resize the item to go on the full width, or even over more rows. Yeah. Okay. We start with our application. We enter a title. We name it. Yeah. Here we have a little rich text editor. We can center, for example, the text, change the size. We make it maybe large and save it. Okay, made a small typo. Now we have the possibility to use a few input items. Like for an absence approval, we want to firstly know who the requester is. This should be for employees who want to request an absence, like they want to go to home office, on vacation, or if they are ill. So we add a single line entry. In this item, and in every other item, we can change the title directly here. We type in M name, and here we have a few buttons. X is obviously for deleting. The other one is for duplicating. Here we can add some rules. I will talk about that later. And here are the general properties. So we see here a few properties. We can choose if the field should be required. That means if the user tries to complete a form without filling out this field, he will get a notification that it's required. Employee name is obviously required. We can change the width of the field in relation to the grid. I will go always with full width because it looks the best, and limit the number of characters. The maximum is 256. We also have advanced options, like we can give this item an ID. For if you want to use JavaScript later, it's helpful to name the IDs properly, because at the end, if you don't do this, you will have single line 1 to 20 and cannot differentiate them. And also you can add some formulas, like you can multiply two fields, make a table average or something like that. And events, these are JavaScript events which are triggered like here on click, if the item is clicked, if it's hidden, and then you can run some custom code, custom JavaScript code, a formula or service, but we will come to that later. So for now, we have our employee name. Then we want to have an employee email. I will duplicate the item now, so I don't have to adjust the width again. So now we want to determine the type of the absence, or if it's sickness, vacation, or home office. For that purpose, we will choose a select one item. We can enter more than one option here, but the user is only able to select one. So it's the same as with the single line field. We change the title to type. And now we add some values that the user can choose from. Again, we go to the general properties and type our values in. Sickness. Vacation and home office. Okay. We also have the possibility to make the alignment horizontal, which looks, in my opinion, a little bit better. So I did this. The user, of course, have to choose a type, so we make it required. I showed you the required option in the settings, but you also can make it required with the little red sign there. Yeah. Then we want to know when is the absence, from which to which date. So we click on a date element, edit here, and rename it to from, and create another, move it to, also required, of course. And we want to give the user a possibility to add a reason why he needs this absence for this time. So we choose a multi-line entry, so the user can type in some larger text. And here also we go on full width. We can also choose the numbers of rows which are displayed. I think 4 is fine. If you type in more than 4 rows, the input field will just scroll. Okay, and now we have, for now, all fields that we need. Now we are in the editor's view, but we can also generate a preview, which I will do now. And this is how it will look for the user if he fills out this form. So now I will show you how to apply simple rules. So I want that the reason field is only displayed if the user chooses home office. For that, I can go on the rules icon here and add a new rule. So I have to choose an item, which I will do now, and this is the type. And if the type equals home office, I want to perform an action, and this will be reason show. So if home office is marked, the reason will show. Okay, I will apply it and close, and we can test it in the preview. So now it's hidden. When I click here, it's shown. And when I click something else, it's also hidden. That's the first small rule. I will make another rule, which will be that the from date must be before the to date, which makes, of course, sense. For that, I will take the from field and choose before. Oops. And instead of a fixed value, I will choose another item. It will then compare it to the value of the other item and take the to field. And when this occurs, I want to perform following action. The from item should be not valid. And I can add a message if it's not valid. For now, I will go with this. Okay. Now I will test it. So I will choose the 1st April, and here I will choose the 1st March. Okay, it didn't work. So I will look it up. Okay, from has to be before to. Maybe I made a small mistake. Okay, when this is true, when it's after 2, it has to be not valid. I made a small mistake. Okay, again, 1st April and 1st March, date is not valid. And if I change it to the 1st February, it's valid again. So, and yeah, that are the fields for now that we need. If the user fills out the form now, it will just be saved and no workflow is triggered. So we will implement another workflow stage. For that, we go to the tab on the top, stages. In every application or every form, we have 2 stages that are default. The start stage is always when a user fills out the form for the first time, and the end stage is then it's saved in the database and no further action is possible. But we want to add another stage and do some actions. So I added a new stage, now call it new stage name. I will rename it now, name it approval, and change the ID also to approval. Okay, so we can delete the cancel buttons they are not really required. If you click the cancel button, it will empty the form. But if you should want to have it, you can leave it, but I choose to not have it. If you start the form for the first time and click submit, it will be now navigated to the end stage, but we want to change it to approval. So it's then in the approval stage, and if it's approved or disapproved, it will go to end then. On every action that switches stages, we can define some events. So we want to send an email to an approver, so he gets notified if he has to approve something. So we have a small email mask here. We have to predefine the email address to which it should go. I will make an example now. Okay, the subject. We can use the items of the form to fill in the text. Okay, for example, we would do employee name. Yes. So the approver will see an employee has requested an absence, and we can link the approver then to this form. So he will see the form and can approve or disapprove. But for now, we haven't implemented any functions for approving or disapproving. So I will go again to the forms editor and add another select one field. Name it manager approval. And again, change the values. Here's another interesting thing. The displayed value is always this, what the user sees if he fills out the form. And the saved value is the value which is saved into the database. And I want it to be approved, because when we look at the data later, it will say approve, and approved is more logic to that. And another option, and also disapproved. And we align it horizontally again. And the manager should also have the possibility to leave a comment. Also on full width. Okay, for now, if you will start the form, we will also have the part of the manager, and the requester obviously doesn't want to see that or shouldn't see this. So we have the possibility to hide specific fields or sites or pages. You also, of course, can add more pages to a form, but we will go with now page. You can restrict the access to the pages. So in the start stage, we don't want to see these two fields. And in the approval stage, we don't want the manager to edit the inputs with which the employee made. So we can either hide an item or make this read-only. So we make this read-only, this, and this. So now if we go on preview again, we only see the fields for the requester. Okay. Another part we have to do is access rights. We have three predefined roles. Obviously, the administrator, which can almost do everything and edit this form. Like adding additional fields, not the data. The initiator role are always the users which can start. As a start and process, start and form. In this case, send and submit an absence request. And the record owner is important for the further stages. So if I'm Peter requesting an absence and it's in the approval stage, I can view it if I'm the record owner. And other people with the same rights, as authenticated users, can't view it, because I created it. Okay, and we want a new role, which is approvers. We'll add it here. And now we can add members to the role. We can either choose groups from the LDAP or the Active Directory. On our demo systems, we don't have many groups, so I will choose individual users. Go for Frank Adams. Add him, and Erika Mustermann. So these two users are now can now approve absence requests. And now I have to assign to the stages. Now I have to assign rights to the stages. So start can be started by the initiator, and the initiator are all authenticated users. You also could add anonymous users or a certain group of users. Now, an approver, we only want approvers to update the form. Update means approving, disapproving, and they shouldn't delete. The record owner should only be able to read, and the approver to update. Okay, for now, we are almost done. We have the possibility to pre-fill some fields, like the employee name or the employee email, because we know which users logged in, because between SAP and connections, SSO is established. For this, I have to add a small JavaScript. I will do it on the onShow event, so when this field shows. So we'll get this here. I will explain the script for a second. If we later integrate this form in the with the forms widget in XCC, the widget will always send the first name, the last name, the phone number, and the email in the URL parameter. So we can read the URL parameters, and if they are present, we will pre-fill the item and make the item inactive. So that means edit only, read only, not editable. And the same we will do for the email address. Okay, so I will test it now. Here's nothing pre-filled. If I add the URL parameter email, it will be pre-filled. Sorry. Okay, that's it for now. We created the form, we saved it. Now we go back to manage, and we see our absence request is not launchable yet. So we have to deploy it. Deployment means that other users can access it. We can define a period, so it, like you can do for the surveys, so they only are usable for 1 week. But for our absence request, it should have no limitations. We also can notify some people if the implementation has started, but we don't want to do that now. Okay, so I started it. Now I will launch it and fill out the first request. My type is sickness. Okay, we have a problem here, as I see. The reason is displayed. Okay, our rule was overwritten. I will edit again. So if type is home office, then reason should be shown. Okay. Now I will deploy it again and launch it. Okay, reason is now hidden. Okay, sickness from 1st April to 20th April, and submit. Now we'll do another one for later. We choose home office. Okay. Now we will look into the responses via the FAB interface. So I will go on view responses. I have the possibility to generate some charts, but obviously only over some multiple choice fields. Otherwise, it can be analyzed. So our only multiple choice field is the type, which always have to be filled. So we see 50% is sickness, 50% home office. We can also switch to a bar chart. And we can export these charts and integrate them in our intranet if you want. Also, we can see the responses. So we have 2 here in the stage approval. And now I'm the manager because I'm Frank Adams, and I declared Frank Adams as the manager. Now I can approve or disapprove, and the other fields are not editable as we previously defined. Okay, now I've disapproved it, and we see that it's now in the stage end. Okay, this is just the plain Forms Experience Builder view. Later on, I will show you how to make this more beautiful in XCC and IBM connections. But I will do one last thing. To customize the appearance of the form, there's a possibility to upload custom style sheets with CSS. I have prepared one, and that is here. I can upload them or reference and file in the internet if I want. Okay. And now we will see that the appearance has changed. So we added a few effects here, made it full width, and just a few small things. Okay. And also, every time I change something and want it to be available for other users, I have to deploy the form. That's very important. Okay, for now, the forms part is completed. Now we will go to XCC. Okay, and for this purpose, I will create a new page. Okay, and now I want to display the form I just made in XCC. For this purpose, I want to create a new widget, choose the type, and here we have the FAB form widget and the FAB data widget. The FAB form widget just displays the form. Okay, created. I will move it a little bit around. So first I have to configure it. We can obviously choose the widget title. I will leave this blank because I already had the title in the form. Choose a height. I will go for 500 pixel. And the form I want to display. And this was absence request. This is via an API connected to the FAB, and I can choose every form that I have created. So the absence request, I can make sure if it's the right one and click on this button here, and it will show me here I choose the right one. But okay, but it didn't open in a new window. My bad. I have to do it again. Oh. Okay, I failed. I added the data widget. Then, okay, again the forms web form widget. Okay. Okay, I will choose my form again. I can set the privacy if it should be accessed authenticated. So the user data will be submitted to the Forms Experience Builder and saved there. Also, I have the possibility to make it anonymous, so no data will be saved. This is very helpful for some anonymous surveys. If you want the real opinion of your employees without they having to fear some consequences, you can make some whistleblower forms or just choose the anonymous modus. But for now, for the absence request, I choose the authenticated because it makes obviously more sense. My forms is displayed, but I didn't choose the height. Okay. And now we see the employee name pre-filled and the email address pre-filled. Sorry. Okay. I will fill out one again. Not valid. Okay, submitted. And now a new form will start if I want to create another absence approval. Now I will integrate the data in a more appropriate view into XCC. For this, I open the data widget which I have created before and choose our form which we made, the absence request. I will explain these options a little bit later. Here I have to choose which fields of the form I want to display. I will go with the employee name, the type of the absence, and the employee email. Also, I want the from field, to field, and reason. Here I can add a custom CSS which applies to the results. And here I have the 3 responses I made. I can click them and see more details. Also can add options like allow edit and allow create. Allow edit means that I can access the form in this window, and because I'm the approver, that's the already disapproved one, and I can change nothing here because it's in the end stage. And this one, which I recently made, can be approved or disapproved. And I also can filter this list view by stage. So I made a stage which called ST approval. And now only the 2 processes or forms or whatever you will call it are shown from the approval stage. And I also can approve or disapprove them. I will approve it. Okay. And now if I will reload the page. Okay. Widget disabled. Well, that's not very good. Okay, this was just a small bug in the XCC. Okay, I have the widget again. I approved the other one, and now it only will show me the one which has to be approved. To make it a little more explaining, I can name this list view approval required, change the allow create settings, and if I'm an admin or in this case a supervisor or a manager and go on my XCC page, I will see which requests I have to approve. Now we will add another forms data widget. Yeah. Okay. And we will move this also in a larger spot. And here we want to also display the same form. Obviously allow edit, and choose the table layout. And also, okay, also choose the field we want to display. Manager approval. Okay. And filter by stage ID. We will make this later. Also add the form CSS. And now we will see all of our records. It's similar to the view in the Forms Experience Builder, but we can have a lot of more possibilities to customize it. Here I see the one disapproved and the one approved, and the last one in the approval stage. I also can approve it here if I enable allow edit. I also, in this table view, I can search, for example, Peter. I will see the two records Peter created or Frank Adams. But now I add the filter here, st_end, and only the approved or disapproved records will be shown, and which have approval required will be shown here. Okay. This is it for now for the integration. Now I will show you some of our use cases. Okay. As you see, we have the list layout here. Here we have the grid layout, and here the table layout from before. You can, this is all the same widget, the fab data widget, and you can choose from the layouts for every set of data and also add custom layouts. As you can see, this is the grid, this is the list, and this down here, okay, a moment, we'll load it. This is a custom layout named mbFormsTable.js, which is just a table layout, which is extended. Okay, I changed something. Yeah, this doesn't look very good. Okay. And the custom layout is just a table layout, which is extended with this custom-made JavaScript chart. So in this case, it's a rating formula for use cases. The use cases can be rated by cost, benefit, and the average between cost and benefit is the rating. It averages above all ratings and then displays the use cases in relation to that in the chart. This use case here is a small marketplace. Here I can create a new form. Like I will show you PS4. Video gaming, location, loan, price, $300. I can add a picture. I prepared one. And if I reload the page, my additional entry will be displayed here. Now, with the grid layout, there's always the possibility if you click on one of the pictures, a more detailed view will be opened. And here is another form embedded, which is a contact formula to the seller. I can configure this so-called response form also in the data widget, which you can find here. I choose here the marketplace contact and gave it a title. And, oops, okay, discard changes. Here we have the other use case, which is open job positions. I also can demonstrate it. And this entry also will be shown here. And this is linked to another response form, which is an apply form. Now, of course, we can edit these items. So if I want to name it otherwise, and it's named application developer. Also, I can delete it. And it's gone. So as you can see, with very little effort, you can create create an application like we just did and integrate it into XCC using the widgets. And you have, as you saw, already the possibilities to delete, to edit the forms, to choose a layout, and to do filtering. So even if you are not an experienced developer, you have the possibility to generate a list, for example, or a small improvement process. I will go to our other page again. Here, no, it's not the right one. That's modified. There is it. Yeah. Of course, you can customize it with CSS as you wish and extend it. Okay. For now, that's it. Everything I had for today, but I would be glad to answer some questions if you have some.
Ciao, dir auch, right?
Okay. Okay, can you version control the JavaScript that you wrote, e.g. in Git? Yeah, we work on a desktop app to do that. In this case, you can add a file to this app and it will be automatically uploaded to XCC and then automatically commented to Git if it's changed. So this will be with the new XCC version. We will deliver the application so you can version control, the JavaScript, CSS, and other files in other custom files in XCC. Okay, can you use on cloud connections? Yeah, sure. For now, I think you have to, if you have cloud connections, you have to have a dedicated form server, which you can host, for example, on soft layer, and then use it on your cloud connections. But that's what I heard. IBM has plans to make the FAB also on cloud and multi-tenant. Okay. Any other questions? Feel free to ask. I have time. I can answer every question if you want. Okay. So here, if you need some consulting or you have some questions for us, you can always contact me under this email address. Or if you want some, or if you want a YouTube link or something, this will be uploaded on YouTube again. Just contact me. Okay, then thank you for your attention, and I wish you a good day and a happy Easter.